What I wanted to say. The I noticed at some point that you have like a little fan, because think that I'm start getting headaches from all those fumes.
Yeah, I have a little fan right here blowing on me. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Do you have a place to exhaust it? And when it's not 100 degrees out, I open my window and I turn the fan. It's right behind my easel, so it blows the fumes right out the window.
Okay, well, I'm kind of like at the finished basement,
Yeah, I'm in a
not much
okay.
to open anything. I'm gonna look at, if there is possibility to put exhaust, because I think after last uh, Tuesday, because Tuesday I put like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, you did the workshop. Yeah.
No, I didn't do the workshop. I was
No.
working at middle of the night,
Oh, good for you.
but
Um,
I
what
paid
about
yearly.
what about a HIPAA air, not HEPA air filter? HEPA.
Yeah, once you are in HIPAA world, you are
I
always in
know
HIPAA
it's
world.
HIPAA for life.
Yeah.
They do. I know I have a good one because, we had a big dusty dog and it says it clears like smoke out and odors.
I gotta
So
look into this. Yeah.
that might, yeah, maybe look at that.
What odors are you getting?
We're talking about trying to get rid of paint fumes
You know,
or solvent fumes.
Don't use solvent.
I
That's a
don't
great
use
one.
I don't use solvant. I use your oil, and I use baby oil, and it's only from the paint, I think.
You think from the paint?
Yeah, I don't know, but because
Are
for
you
the
eating it? What are you doing?
Yeah,
no,
I think she's eating it. She must be. It's all those pores you've done. That's the thing. It's just going to your head.
maybe. I mean, I try to say that this is not stress related, that this is just paint related, but
Maybe it was just being in the same place for 6 hours.
You never know. I don't. I'm in my basement and I don't have any place. I'm pretty small, short on space here too. So I don't really have a problem with fumes. So
I guess maybe it's really just job related.
well, you never know. You never know. I mean, you could have cheap oils too. Oils that have like are older or something like that. Sometimes those
Yeah.
old linseed ones really can stink up a place. Certain ones can smell if they have a linseed oil in them.
Do you remember those paint by number kits you got when you were a kid?
Oh my God,
those smelled so good. They did.
You're a sick one. All right. Let me get everything together here. I got my phone together. What time? We got time? We should be right there. Yep. Okay. Lisa's here. Char's here. Hey, Char, you made it back.
Yeah. I messed up. I wanted to do your third Thursday, and I got my dates messed up, and I thought it was last week, not the week before, so I missed it.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Yeah.
We got more coming up.
So,
yeah, that was a good one too.
what'd you do?
We painted Bjorn. We painted. Oh, in fact, I'll show you. I got it right here. In fact, it's still drying. Still drying. We painted
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Tanner's looking more and more like him.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, when they get
That's big. That's a big one.
they start getting those brows and stuff, they get real expressive. So yeah, he should probably look a lot like Tanner. Good looking dogs.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to talk about how you got back and stuff.
Oh, that's a story.
I figured it would be. You missed last week. Last week you missed. I could not believe you missed last week. We painted your spot in Italy. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know what I did with it. There it is, all the way back there. But you know, mine wasn't as good as Eva's, but you know, we painted that one. And I even put the cat. We put the cat in too.
I like the cat in it.
Yeah, the cat in it's pretty nice. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's what we did last week.
Okay.
I think you have a link to it. So you can, but you painted it already, so probably not too interested. Trying to find a place to put it without smearing it. All right. Well, today, we are starting. Gonna paint a ram, a little sheep. Here. Not exactly sure who I got it from. I got it from that my artist reference site on Facebook. But it was a lot bigger and stuff. I cropped into it a little bit, and because I figured, you know, really it's all about the lighting and in the face. If it's a whole sheep, it's just the whole sheep. If you crop into it, sometimes it makes more of a story. And that's what I find with my dogs. So I think, so I thought I'd try it with this guy in that same vein, because he has a lot of the same lighting features I like a lot, is like little side backlit almost, you know, where you get a little bit of a lot of shadows, but then you get a few spots that hit some highlights that just pop, but then you still get the full range of some darks going on in the animal too. So I thought it was really kind of cool. So I figured, yeah, these things usually take me about 12 hours to paint. So I figured 3 hours would be plenty of time. So here, let me pull it up and we'll talk about it. And we'll go, you know, I'm going to give you a lot of tips and things like that. So it's not going to be rush, even though it probably will seem like that. I'm going to try and simplify it. Let's go to the black and white version first. Again, values are always the most important things. Getting these values right, and you can do whatever you want if you get the values right. You can be pretty much as wrong as you want to be. Most of this guy up here in his face, he's a lot lighter than I thought he was going to be, but he's more around 6s, 5s, and 4s for the shadow areas. His lights, some of the brighter spots do get up to about a 1. Most of it's going to be 2s in these areas, the lighter fur areas, in the head too. I would say everything in the body is going to be a couple steps darker. I know these guys are probably going to be more around 4, so the highlights can be 2s and 3s and 4s. But I know these darks down here are going to be down in the 8s, 7s, and areas, probably maybe 6s. So that's what I have going. Value wise, sometimes when you see this stuff, you can see the stuff back in here, how dark this is back in here behind his head. That being a pretty dark, those are right 8s and 9s, 7s, these lower ends. They really push the darkness. They really help push this beast forward, and give them and hold them in place. So I'd say, keep your darks dark, and then don't let them get too light. That's usually what happens. They just you start digging in those lights, and they just start to, the darks, and they just get light, and it just softens up too much. Color wise, looking at it in full color though, you can see your greens and blues back there in the background, really nice. down in here, you can see his belly. His belly here and stuff. You can see a lot of green reflected in there, and some reds, some browns, probably a lot of dirt. Um, so, and you can see how it warms up a little bit there. So I'm looking at oxides here again. I'm looking at oxide red with phthalo green being probably the key color right now. I'm thinking that's going to be the key color in here. And then when you get up here, since it's warmer, it's probably going to go on the other side. It's going to go to the transparent oxide, red and white mixes, because I think that's going to get these things here. The highlights definitely going to be a totally different. Have to work those out a little bit on some specialty things. His face, again, look at that. A lot of kind of bluish green to it, a little bit greenish tinge to it again. One of the things is I get carried away with it every once in a while. So I'm just warning you, just trying to, don't get too crazy with it, and just try to keep it under control how intense that face gets. And we should be fine. The eyes and the nose and the mouth. Definitely some of the darker spots on him, like most animals. Let's see, if you go in here, you work in here. Yeah, you can see, his nostrils are pretty soft. They're there, but they are kind of softly put in there. And the mouth, I would say, keep things a little soft. You don't have to be like real rigid and too sharp on a lot of these things, because sometimes when you do that, you're calling attention to it. And usually in the nose and mouth, and these guys, you don't want to look up the nostrils too much. So keep them a little soft. Don't dig into them too deeply. The eyes, yeah, you can dig in the eyes and the eyelashes a little bit. And then the horns. The horns are going to be probably some of the toughest little things to do, just because of some of the striations going on in the colors and things. I would probably simplify it when I'm doing it. I'll probably just do, little swatches of color, swatches, and then drag them through each other a little bit and kind of create that same kind of striated feel to it. I think that will work. If it doesn't, then there's always the hard ways, going in and mixing colors to make it work. Working it a little bit harder, which is not really what I want to look forward to doing. But it's not hard. I'm looking at a few other things here, ear wise. Don't water. There's always the losing the ear back in here, and the ear on the other side. Just let you know that they're there, but you can see they are pretty subtle, but they are just behind the horns. So, as long as you have them there, just don't let the red get too bright. Don't let that red jump out and be too intense. Okay, green, but everything pretty much is, nothing too crazy here. Nothing that really jumps out of the charts color wise on it. I mean, even with the greens in the background, nothing back there just really pushes forward. You get the most intense colors are probably in the grasses to the left there. So that's it. Design wise, pretty simple. It's a 1/3, 2/3 thing here. You get this one spot here And that's one third this way, one third that way, one third here. Whoop. One third here. So two. So his head's just on the top third, above the top third. His body comes up to about the third there. That tells you a little bit how to lay it out. So that's about it. I'll try to help you when I'm laying it out. Go into it a little bit deeper. Any questions? Oh, you guys are good. You guys are good class. I like you guys. No questions. We'll go right to work because this could take a while. We could be here, only half the class here, and Mike's even here tonight. Hey, Mike. Okay.
Hey,
We were gonna. I had a plan to do horses. I want you to know that.
no problem. You got time.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We got a regular kit out. Basically, we got some bristle brushes will be really kind of nice. Be really great for this fur because that's what's going to just by twisting your brush down, we should be able to get all this effect pretty easily. Just got to have the right color on your brush. That's all. Synthetics definitely can be nice to have for sharp areas. You got to clean up around the eyes and sometimes around the horns and stuff. Grasses, of course. Big brushes will give you away. Knives definitely going to come in play when we got to do a lot of this stuff, and they'll come in real handy on this kind of stuff. We get some smushes and stuff like that, so you can get a lot of different feels and textures in it. Paint eraser definitely going to end up needing that at the end. So colors are normal. Got white, titanium white. I got some cad yellow light over here, but I got some cad yellow here. I just happened to grab the wrong two. And you start squishing out, and you go, that just looks a little dark, but that's cad yellow medium, probably, or deep even. This cad red light, cad orange. This is yellow ochre, pale yellow ochre. It could be a regular ochre I would put out. Add just basically it's regular ochre with just a touch of white in it. That's about it. This is oxide red light. This could be Terra Rosa or Venetian. Alizarin crimson here. This could also be Rose Madder Deep if you were a Rembrandt person and just Rembrandt colors. This is Cobalt Blue Hue from Utrecht. Nice color, one of my favorite. Again, phthalo green on the blue shade. And this is oxide, red oxide, transparent red oxide. This is some, I don't know if you can see this, but this is cad red medium up there. I have some cad red medium left over from another painting. I got some other colors here left over from some other paintings. But we're getting ready to mix, so let's get these things out of the way. A lot of big brushes, I think, is all we need today. Hopefully, I'm working on. We're going to get a good block in, and then go for details. See about getting some fur in, some other stuff in, wool in. I guess would be probably better to call it, huh? But we'll see how we do. If we do all right, we need more time. I'll do a second video maybe for you and see how that goes. Bring this in a little bit. Second. All right. First colors. Definitely we've got to start off with some darks. You got to get your darks for the eyes, the nose, and the horns, and underneath. That's the big thing about whenever I paint animals. It's underneath stuff. You got to get the underneath color because you can work your way out. So we're gonna go phthalo green and alizarin. You guys knew that was coming, didn't you? You guys could tell me the next color too. That's the whole thing. It's just getting the value right at the end. You know, on the next line. This line we can be off by quite a lot. But the second line, you know, when you start to get you need the value, then you can need to add some color. This one's going to be oxide red light. So, or terra rosa. I should probably make in big enough piles. A little bit bigger piles than that. I'm going to try to keep the colors down, the number of colors to today. Okay, I'm going to leave that one there. That's definitely green, and that's definitely on the red side. Maybe too much red. Too. I think I'm going to switch these, make these both. That one more green, and then this one. Keep that one. That's good enough. So you can sort of see the difference between the red and the green. Definitely, you can see that color's underneath here. It's going to be up here in its horns too. Just a couple more colors. I'm going to put transparent oxide out, red, or you can burn sienna. If you have burnt sienna, if you want to do burnt sienna, and phthalo green. I'm just going to put a little bit of phthalo green in. A little strong for this color. That one's a really good brown. You need to go just a little bit greener. So I pull it down in, it's still a little brown. Much more. Okay, gonna go with that. Keep that one a real kind of red brown. I think these colors, with enough white in them and stuff, I should come down to a lot of these colors in here. And the last one, again, get a phthalo green for the dark, and cad red light. Cad red light. It's going to be on the red side too. Well, I put it on the red side, but it's going to be kind of brownish. Why I'm looking at the horns for this stuff, getting in the horns with a little bit of white, and I think that's going to work. And then we just need some greens. We're going to get a bunch of greens out of here, but I'm going to put out one green of blue and yellow ochre together. Thinking this might get me back here. Yeah. So on the blue side, that's enough. get there. It's pretty close. Go just here, it's darker. And then one on a little bit more ochery side. So almost half and half for me. Trying to get this up here. Yeah, I get a lot of that. It looks like I could probably take it a little bit lighter even. Might even take it another yellow. Yellow greenish. Close enough. I think that's probably too yellow, but that's okay. I think I got enough. I can always get enough blue around here. Even on my knife here, should be enough to pull that in. Probably a little white will do it. Yellows, greens, these guys, I think they're going to come out of some of these next colors. So I'm going to split these colors, split them down into halves. And add enough white to make them a 7. So I'm going to bring them to about a 7. That's a good natural color for value for this. And then our lights will probably be more around 4s, 3s, and 4s. That might be a little light. Not bad though. That's pretty close. Okay, so these colors, oxide red here and red light and green. Thinking this is gonna get me in underneath here. It's gonna get me to, that stage. It should. See what the green side looks like. No. Still a little dark. Okay, there we go. We're gonna leave that there. These oxides probably won't, this transparent oxide probably won't take as much white. Get me to where I want to go. And it took me right to 6s and stuff. That's good enough. Yeah. Never know. Let's see what I can lighten up the next one. Not as much. Yeah. Definitely can get that in there. Okay, well, definitely that's a good color to remember. Definitely can get some horns out of that, maybe. Some spots for the horns, that's what I'm thinking. And then these ones, the phthalo and cad red. Oh, there we go. That's going to work out great in there. I was thinking about it just in the horns, but yeah, definitely can see it in the horn up there, but it's on the red side. That's on the green side. That's going to be really nice. I can use that definitely in that that area. And the red side. I was thinking maybe the ears. I'll leave it too red, but definitely you can start to see it around in some of these areas here. That and maybe that one could go a little redder than gray. It's just a touch of gray. Anyway, and then let's take these other colors down, and then we're gonna make a couple light ones. I want to see what this guy I can get to. I'm gonna take this color. I'm thinking I'm gonna take this to a probably around 3.
Jim, what one is that? I missed it.
This is blue and ochre.
Okay, thank you.
This just happens to be on the ochre blue side. And you can see it's not what I thought it was going to be, but you never know. If I can get it at the right value, I can swap it anywhere I want. I'm going to leave it at a higher, I don't know, yeah, it's about a 7. Let's see what the green side does. Maybe the green side's better. I'm thinking about this area here. Yeah, it's too green. All right. That's what I was shooting for. But I'm going to leave it as a pile just because I'm going to need, I want to have a few light piles too. In this, so these are already at mid-tones because of the white in the ochre. So you never know. That's where I was thinking we might end up going. I'm going to take pieces of these top colors and bring them over here. And lighten them up to about probably a 4s or 3s. See where things go. Then I'll decide what colors might need to be, more colors, more in this painting. So I probably don't even have enough white out for it. So this is taking this is phthalo green and alizarin. As you can see, it's too there, it's in there, but it's just probably might be a little light. And it's just a little bright. So let's see what the purple does. Sometimes the purple will switch over a little bit. Well, I might have to, you might be able to mix these two together. See, yeah, see, that's a little too purple. I'm going to take and do a mix. Closer mix to try to gray these two out. Let's look at the purples coming through. Now it's going to blue. It's kind of a blue gray. There you go. That could be it. Just a good, really good mix of the phthalo green and alizarin together with a lot of white. Might do it. But I'm also hedging my bet on these guys. I took way too much. I need up all my white. Did. But I'm trying to get that to have it in here or into these mid-tones into some of these things. Or look at that. It looks really good up there, even in the horns. Let me get some more white out. I'm gonna when I tone this thing, I'm just gonna I'm not gonna worry about this green area and stuff here for you guys. I think we can we'll mix up a color for it, but I'm not gonna worry about getting it in there. Okay, so you can see, the green wasn't gonna ever be there. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, I guess. All right. I'm gonna take these guys up. These should be nice. And definitely need these warmer colors for the sunlight. So when you get into this area here, definitely even into the nose a little bit. That was again transparent oxide, phthalo green. That was more on the green side. This is going to be on the red side, but it's really more warmer, and that you could definitely see that in here. And you take that all the way up, mostly white. Just a little bit of more of that. You can start to get into these areas here, these neutral areas. So, all right, these last ones, the Cad red and phthalo green. See how strong you got good Cad red, and it's staying right there. Now this has come down to like a nice medium gray all over in there. So it could be always looking for colors, like colors that are going to translate across the whole thing and tie all the fur together, or all the wool together here. Cad red, phthalo green here with white. You can see it in some of the fur. You're going to find it in the face, but we're going to make up a couple specialty colors now. Mostly white. We put out 3 colors, one for just a touch of Cad yellow, just a touch of Cad yellow, white. Take that too. Brushes want to get going. That'll be some of my highlight colors. What I need is I'm gonna go with the oxide red light. Just a little bit of that in white. That'll be my warm pink. And that's going to be in here. It's kind of a neutral area. And my last one will be a blue one. I'll just steal this blue here. Blue and white. As long as these ones are like at number 2s or 1s, really close to 0s almost. As long as you can just see a little color, that's what I'd like to have over white. You can just barely see that that's red, that's yellow, that's blue. And then when you put them against each other, they vibrate and you lose the color. So here we go with the colors, what we did. Any questions? God, you guys are good today. Phthalo green and alizarin. It's going to put a little more. Pile looked a little small. This is phthalo green and oxide red light. Coming down the red side, green side. This is this is transparent red oxide. with green. This is the green side. This is the red side. Did not put too much green in it. Really watch how much green you put in it. And then bring it down. And we brought it all the way over here and brought it down too. And it's really a nice color. Those colors will really be good in the lighter fur too. And then over here we have phthalo green and cad red light. And with white to about a 7. Over here we have phthalo green. No, we don't have phthalo green. We have blue and yellow ochre. My pale yellow ochre. This is on the blue side. This is on the ochre side, coming down with white. Then I mixed one a little bit more ochre yet. Not sure, where it's going to go. I took all those colors up here and ran them up down here, and then for my lighter colors, for my 3s and 4s values down here, my 3s and 4s, a lot of 4 values, the lighter ones down here, and then just add enough white to make them the 3s and 4s, and then we got these really high key ones, are just the yellow and whites, cad yellow light and white. Oxide red and white, and blue and white. And this one here, this came from a oxide red, transparent oxide red, and phthalo green, but it's on the red side. Came down. That'll be a nice color in there. All right. I did not mix up any of this greens and stuff. I definitely say you probably take a cool green or purple and just hit it with a lot of yellow. And get it going in that area. Purple, spray that one out. And use that probably just a touch of white to tame the color a little bit. Probably a little bit more, but that's good enough for now. And then see what happens when we get a knife full of color here. I'm gonna use transparent oxide for my tone color for my painting. So I'm gonna get over there and get going on that for a second. Any questions, let me know. Okay. I'm going to tone it with that oxide. Big brush, oxide, oil. Oil would have been good, my safflower oil. It would have been good to have out. Hopefully I have enough of it. It's gonna be light anyway. Even in here, if I could, keep it a mess like this, stroke wise underneath this, get these transparent strokes to go here. Let it be a little chaotic. Just making sure the oil's off there, I just don't want it to run too much. There, I don't care about. All right, laying it out. Definitely in the thirds. Let's see, boss. Yeah, pretty much it. So about there. I think that's where about the middle of his head where I was thinking about doing. And another 6 inches, probably about here. Goes ahead, let's split this. Drop just a hair, so it's not too close to the bottom here. Gonna wipe out a few areas here. Let me get in front of it for a second. Horns back. You're ready to go. Just for giggles and stuff, I'm just gonna put in the little mark the where the eyeballs are a little bit, and the nose and stuff are with these next first colors. These first colors, uh, phthalo green and alizarin. I'm gonna go with the alizarin side. It's a little darker. Yeah, I just want to just for now place the corner of this eyeball here, and this one over here on the outside here. Not too worried about the nose, but hey, sometimes you gotta just get them marked in here. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the green side here. I'm gonna start putting in this background back in here, in this corner here. It runs pretty much straight, just a little bit below the eyes. I might put some of this down below too. Uh, Even though I did mix up a nice ochre and blue version, I just wanted to get some richness in there. Oil. Now that I got a lot of the paint out of my brush, I'm going to start putting in some of this phthalo and alizarin on the phthalo side, just thinly like this. Just in these areas coming down here, these shadow areas. And so I can get some of this coolness in here early. It's a little cooler than the oxide uh, red version of this. So, and then I think I can get, I'm going to put a little bit into the face, of course. Mixing with that mixing with the transparent a little bit, getting a little greenish. Just a quick rough of it. Gonna find it a little, probably a little stronger, uh, right underneath the nose there. Right on the tip of the nose too, right in here, you can see some, a little bit of green. Yeah. One of the things I didn't mention, because I was drawing it out and concentrating so hard, is like a lot of animals, well, I think everybody pretty much, they split right down the middle here. Go, you split the nose, you come down here and you split right between the nasal cavities here. Uh, and then, all the way back, going all the way back, probably down its back. Fur is going to go in different directions. Going to split. The fur on this side is going to go this way. Fur on that side is going to go that way. So follow the strokes. I'm going to even start to throw it in the horn. Why not? Why not? This is the early stage. I got a lot of green on my brush right there. I think I'm just going to, and for his leg should be right here, not there. All right. right around the collar area here. I mean, definitely want to just finish my color there. I'm gonna go get a little back to the alizarin sides of this color. Work the face one more time around the lips and stuff. Into the chin. And then right around this collar again. Some purple areas, I think, deeper in here. They should be deeper than when I was putting them in. Okay. Drawing, bad drawing. We'll go to the warmer side. So those colors. This is phthalo oxide red and green. Phthalo green. This is on the green side. I'm not sure how dark things are going to have to get. I was thinking about maybe putting it on the into these horns here, the front edge. Then add a little red to them too. Just wanted to, before I go full board on this with this color, I'm gonna see it in the nose here, and usually, where it makes like an M at the top here on the area up there, right underneath there is really nice warm. I think it's that color. That's oxide red and phthalo green. Okay. This color definitely goes into some of these crevices here. And I worked their way over into that where I was just putting that purple and green. But not quite as much. This is where I want to put it in. A little crazy down in here.
What color is that, Jim?
This is phthalo green and oxide red.
Green
Right?
side?
The green side.
Okay.
It's the green side, but probably has a lot of red in it. I want to bring that up and get that underneath everything here. And even trying to get it to just start to hack it in here a little bit to get some secondary lines going in here. Oh, another thing too, if you look at this, everything is going to radiate out from this circle around the neck. Everything radiates out from there, just like the sun. So you can be wrong with your strokes. I mean, wrong with the, most of the stroke and stuff, but if it comes from the right from this angle coming through here, it should be fine. You should be able to just twist your brush and do all the wool when we get there pretty easily. I'm going to bring this up around, soften out these greens a little bit. On dogs, I usually find this color right around the inside of the eyes, right around the eye tear ducts and things. I'm going to put it into the neck over this side a little bit. See, value-wise, you're getting there. I mean, when the color is toned down like this, you do get start to feel where everything's going pretty quickly. I mean, there we go. I think I'm about done with that color. Everything's going to speed up from now on. We'll get a decent black in before class is over. We should. Okay, I'm going to go back, and this is the red side. Simple areas starting with. I know where it's going to, again, the tips of this front horn, these horns here, definitely have a lot of the points of them have a lot of red in them. So putting them in with that be okay. I see it in here. It's just sometimes even in these crevices, like just put the green side in here. Sometimes the red will take you just a little bit into the skin, almost straight in here. I'm going to break the wool down too into sections. I'm not going to do huge sections, but I kind of like this area here almost feels like a wing, right? Definitely I want to, that will be a section on its own because it has a lot of the white, and it's going to be pretty much the shaping of the wool and everything. So, and then this guy's here pretty much going to split it in half. But they all come down pretty much in little pieces here. Just letting the paint just be a little haphazardness to it. This is again on the red side, so it's going to stand down a little bit. Now, being on the red side, I said that's where I wanted to put right on the edge of this horn, the top of the horns. But it's Not going in nicely with this brush. Back and grabbed a little more phthalo green and alizarin here on the green side. Just gonna put this eye, the markings around his eye here, just a little in with that. They just need to be a little cooler and funner later. Okay. Okay, move on to the next one. This one's transparent oxide, red and green. Mostly transparent oxide, but you can sort of see the green. A lot of times you're going to end up, what I'm looking for is the shadows underneath again in here. Trying to leave just enough room that I can, the highlight color will come in and do a nice job. It's to be able to have something to grip onto too. It's so a little smashy there. This is the oxide, the red side of that color, the transparent oxide, and green. And we got markings up there. Finding on the some of these warmer sides coming in here. So far, again, without white, so everything's going to be kind of gooey and loose and stuff. I can just, break the beast down into warms and cools. Should be okay. Not a big difference between the Marks the red side and green side on this color. Okay. I'm going to switch to a smaller synthetic. And because the next colors are cad red and phthalo green. And these are really where I was thinking they're going to fit into these areas here, into the horns. So I'd like to have a little more control. Definitely right around that edge line, the light edge, where the light is going to. That's where a lot of that red showing through. Okay. Now I'm down to my blue and phthalo green or ochre, pale ochre. That, you know, the color that works. Color was there. It was just the phthalo and the Lizerin. Like it was doing a decent job, really. Could have now had to go back in and paint a background. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this and save some of this. Okay, and I think the rest, we're gonna start working on the face now. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the phthalo and alizarin, and I just do a mix where it's pretty much, even with for the midtone, kind of do what we did with the highlights. Do one where it's pretty even, almost goes to a, like a blue gray. Because I was thinking about getting that in here. So right there, just a hair too blue, a little more green. Yeah. I'm going to keep this side of his face just probably a little cooler. It's a little bit, uh, you know, slightly farther away from the sun. So I can, maybe on this other side, I'll go a little more mint green. So it's cool, but it's not it's a little warmer. Then I'm going to look for it probably a little lower here in a lot of the wool. Get some of that green. Sorry, get a little bit of that green into the inside of these horns too, like we were talking about. Just a little. Touch too light here. Fun. Can bring in. This is that again that phthalo green, oxide red on the green side. Just bringing it down on the back jaw here, a little bit back in here, underneath the eye and above the eye here. And it's just gonna be soft little spots it's gonna go in. Yeah. I think this color, that color is gonna be probably the highlight color in here. And is most of that stuff that's gonna happen in the wall. I want to make sure that I just have it dark enough that don't have to go back in. So I do a lot of pushing with just that's those ones are going to go to the transparent oxides and transparent oxides with green with white to these guys should start to fit in between here in these areas in between where you're going to have like a major stroke, brush stroke or something. No, should be a brush stroke. It's going to have some. So I want to get this color. This is the on the green side, just slightly on the green side, and this should start to pull some of these colors in here together. I'm just starting to make sure I'm working the areas going around here in the right direction. Because I can see this color is going to be in a lot of places, probably even when it's lighter. It's definitely right here underneath his neck and his neck here in this area. Don't want to just push past the green though. Just definitely want to keep that in the mix. I should probably have a bristle brush for this too. Get a big bristle brush. Because a bristle brush, I'm not going to lose my strokes underneath here as much. When you put in a with synthetic, the synthetic will cover them up. The bristle will definitely be the go-to for all this wool at the end too, which we're moving along pretty quick. Don't want to get too much lighter though. Think about I don't need a whole much more here. I can leave it a little even darker than that. I think lost a few things in here a little bit, got a little squishy. Okay. When I put it in my darks, I just want to be that's it, Or my highlight. Sorry. Okay. But we're getting there. Let's work the warmer side of that. Yeah, that's going to be nice to be like mostly the mid-tones for the light for here. Definitely this oxide red, transparent oxide red phthalo green. Definitely that color. I start bringing it in the lower part of his face here too. Just that area. Now to the red again. I'm putting put it in his ears here a little bit. And then there might add just a touch more cat red. There and there. The horn's going to take a little bit of work to do. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe one of the things is it's like I'm trying to let the paint do some work on its own. Sometimes it's just the way it combines and stuff is enough. All right. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush, and I'm going to start layering in some of this fur down in here. Let's see how far it goes. It's going to be a bristle brush. As you can see, I'm just still leaving my lights. Not going to touch them. No need to touch them. White's white. Yeah. But I can start to get this over here. I'm going to start this over here. I'm going to start. Hello?
Sorry.
This is going to be, I'm going to go back to the phthalo green and oxide red light on the green side with white. I want to put in a stroke or two and see. Yeah, it's just a hair dark. Yeah, just a hair dark, but it's a nice mid-tone transition for the highlights. I feel like it will make it look like I did a lot more than I'm going to end up doing. Okay. Kind of turned blue on me too. Let me see how that looked. I was going to say I didn't add much more back up here into his face. This is all about his face, and I haven't even touched his face. Let me see what this does. Oh, it's not too bad. What I'm going to do is my brush strokes. I'm just going to lay my brush really flat and fat on here and start pulling it down and just twist it to lines and back and forth and drag them down. Oh, and look at the photo and just try to pick up the triangles. You see how much where they are and how close they are together. What you don't want to do is put these guys, keeps always saying this, your strokes on top of each other. You want to leave space in between these guys. This is it. This is all you have to do down here. So you want to leave enough room that they feel dimensional. If you put them next to each other, they just look kind of just combined and don't do much. So I'm going to start there and see that's the cool area. That's pretty much done. Now I'm going to come to this area. It's a little bit warmer. So I'm going to go to the opposite side, go to the red side of that color. So this is oxide transparent. No, this is regular oxide, red oxide with green, but it's on the red side. Yeah, I'm going to put in a stroke here. Yeah, okay, it'll work. Just rock and roll that stroke. That's all you have to do. Just give the space between your strokes. You're good. Sometimes twisting it is better than what's really there. So come back in, put a few over here to lighten it up. So that's mostly green. Then I kind of just went on the red side. Now I'm gonna warm it up and go to the oxide sides of the color. These guys might be just a hair light. Let me see. I'm going to go up here and try it in the lighter areas. Yeah, just see that it looks like white. There's no color in it. So I'm going to go back and see if I can lighten it up, not lose all the color. See if that's even it. Might even be cad red. No, this is it. So I got a little bit of too much white on my brush here from the first grab. Wipe that out. Okay, so I'm going to start dragging it down into this area here. I want a couple big strokes in here, really strong ones. So I'm going to have. I want a lot of paint for that. So big one here. I'm going to go for the big one all the way down. So I'm going to press it in all the way and twist it, and then just twist it off at the end a little bit. Almost there. And then I'm going to work the thicks and the thins. So it's just sometimes just using the tip and turning it. That's about it. And that's just gonna be. You know, everything else is gonna be white. Just got my main ones in. I'm pretty good with those. What I need to do is get the collar up here just to find the big ones in this collar up here. That's it. Collar wool here. All right, now I'm going to come back and look for a little warmth in here. Yeah, see, I put that in there. It's not right. It's got to be green. No, we have to be on the green side. Yeah, even more green. Yeah. We're going to start working on the face for the rest of the time, probably. I'm not even sure what time it is, but we did go pretty fast. You know, if you guys have already jumped ahead and put the highlights in, that's okay. I don't blame you. Everything got to be lightened up here anyway. I have to go to the lighter version. I might have went too light. Made my light here. No, that one works. Okay. You ruin this, you know, that line, I left it in there really kind of strong just for I could, work with it. So now it's at least, I can start to get rid of it. All right. All right, I can start to put in some more highlights here. I'm going to dive into these a little bit more wispier ones here. Really just quick strokes. I'm using oxide red, transparent oxide red, and phthalo green on the green side with a lot of white, probably to about a 3, maybe higher. Maybe just a touch of oil on your brush every once in a while. If you do that, you're going to get one pretty good stroke out of it. All right, I'm going to stay with that color, and that color I'm going to start as up here and into my highlights. Start to put it in here. Really feels cool. So I might go to the warm side, the yellower side, yeah. It's a little dark, of course. It's all right. Okay. Now I'm going to go with, it's going to go with my lightest light, my yellow white. And put it in here. I'm going to put it on this side on the nose here. Might need just a touch more yellow with just a little, not much color showing through. Yeah. or nose with it. That should be it for that. Let me see about the pinkier version of it. Oh, cool. I need to go a little warmer. Might even be cad orange, right? Might definitely be that. Yeah. Cool. The last, there's a few little places yet. Highlights coming in here. Yeah. And just a little bit of blue. White. And set everything off. Everything else is too maybe just small brushes. Okay, one of the colors I didn't tell you again is just cad orange and white. It's like a specialty color. In here, it came in at the end. Could be just a little richer too. But I was thinking of it in this fur back in here. Definitely, I see it winding through here at the end. So it's again cat orange and white.
Why does everybody treat us like we're joined at the hip? I do have coffee with
What?
people other than my brother, you know.
Good, because I'm avoiding him.
Or talk fast, he's meeting me in 5 minutes.
Who's talking? Okay. Let's see what time we got here. I don't know. We had time. I'll throw in the grass. Hey, we'll be done. Now it has a lot of things going on here. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Okay. All right. 9 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna throw in the grass. It reminds me of total real blockhead. All right. Okay. My went through my brushes. So really the next thing is to really go over the drawing again, check it, and then take it, finish it up. And don't want to really, I don't want to mess with the eyes right now because of they're just not gonna they need more time. Messing with the eyes. At least get the some of the markings in. Chin in and all. Should be good. I'll leave it there for now. Bring in so you share where some of the colors are going. Should be able to tell though. You can see a lot of the phalos and purples going in on this side of the face, lighten them up a lot. This side of the face is stayed a little warmer to the oxide transparent or oxide red light and phthalo green on the green side. So it's a little warmer on this side. It's hard to tell, but it helps. Again, layering the strokes pretty good. These guys are pretty much there. I think just a couple little lighter ones scratched in there and a couple lighter ones up in here, and that's pretty good. Definitely just got to get in front of it and check the eyes and stuff like that. And the horns are going to take a lot of little fidgeting and scratches and little highlights. Background's nothing, simple, keep it clean. All right, let's see what you guys have been doing. Let's see, we got Shar here, we got Eva, some iPhones. Lisa's here still, Mike's here.
Okay, let me start, but please do not laugh.
Yeah, we got to let Eva here get, okay. Look at that. Okay, nice background. Okay. A little closer, please, you chicken. Yeah, you really went into the fur. Went into the wool, dived in there heavily. Okay. That's okay. I think you probably can still take it a little lighter in some of the brighter areas and stuff, but I went in the cool areas, I would say you're done. Underneath the vein chest and everything. I say on the light area, you might be able, you've got a few strokes in, you might go a couple more. Face wise, yeah, you gotta, we got to work on the highlights and the things. Nice eyeballs. Yeah, the structure is really good, Diva. You really at this for 2 hours. It's really, really quite good. I'd say you got carried away with the phthalo up there a little bit in the horns, but work the reds back in, you'll be fine. Stuff I think that's solid. The drawing looks good. I give no problems with that. Bring the grass. You're gonna a lot of the work is gonna just getting the grasses at the bottom to mix with a little bit with it, and then you'll be set.
That fur, it's much more difficult than it looks.
I don't think so. I think it's easy.
Yeah, if you are doing one dog a day.
You have to. Anyway, good job, Eva. Okay, everybody turn your stuff on. Come on, chickens. Shar. Here comes Shar. No, Shar. We got voice fear, Shar.
Hang on, I gotta turn on my light. I don't think I have plugged in it. Okay, let me see if I can get it. Okay, where?
Right there. Hey, that's really cool.
The wool is a lot of work.
Yeah. You put the white in on the nose then? You got that in?
Yeah.
That is real? Yeah. Okay. Just checking. Yeah. Now I think, just brightening up the fur. The wool a little bit more on, especially the light side. The stronger hits on the, of course, on the horns you need to be finished off and stuff. I think that'll be lightened. They'll take the curse off of where the highlights are right now. The highlights, you can't get away from them. And that's just the way it is till you get everything else moved around a little bit more. I think, yeah, your the basic wool coat looks great. Really nice, good stuff. I like the really nice. It's real flowy. It's good there. I just think, yeah, just topper strokes. That's all you need on that, and you'll be set.
Okay.
That's a nice piece. That's gonna be a nice piece for you, hopefully.
Yeah, you said something about the eyes. If you look at them really close, sheep have these weird eyes. Their
Oh.
pupils are like rectangles.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they have like strange eyes.
They do, and that's why I didn't want to just shove them in there and be wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. And
You
look like
kind of they kind of look satanic.
Yes, they do. They do not. They do not. They look weird. They are strange. So, but that's a great start. Congrats.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go to Lisa. Let's see. Whoa, Lisa. Real neat. Nice colors. Colors are working out. Look at that. I don't think she missed one piece of wool on that one's cool side at all. Nice job. Colors are looking really good on the face. You know, the structure's right there. You know, of course the nose got to be darker, and you know the horn's got to be done yet. Yeah. What do you want for an hour, right?
Yeah.
I tell you, you guys hustle. That's good. I'd like to see you guys move this quick. That's great. Yeah. I think he's going to be really cool, Lisa. I think let the use a big brush that's you're not uncomfortable with, and use that to put in the big stuff on the fur.
His head too small for his body?
No, his head is pretty small and stuff. You know, it is pretty small. I was going to say your body might even go be bigger. You know.
Really? Okay.
I think it's just. I think it's starting. You need to. You know, when it softens out to the edges.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Okay.
Yeah, just that's when he'll gain some size there, all the way around.
Okay.
But wow, I think even your horns look good so far. I mean, really nice job. You even got some detail in the top there.
Who, me?
Yeah, it looks like you got. Oh, funny girl. I keep forgetting how funny you are. Yes, you. That's nice. It's nice.
Alrighty, I'll work on it.
All right. Okay, we got Sharon. Sharon's iPad. Turn your stuff. We get stuff. We got Mike. Turn his stuff on. Let's see if we can get Sharon. Sharon's here. We haven't seen Sharon in a while. Hey, Sharon.
Hey, go on to somebody else and let me fix my camera here. There it is. Okay.
Okay, cool. So you went tighter on the sheep head. Good job. Good design.
Yeah, I came in really late. For some reason, I had you at 7:30 instead of 8. So I came in really late.
Okay. You mean 8? You got me at, well, 8, whatever. Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
That's a colors are working out. The background, I like it. And it's almost real expressive so
Yeah.
far.
I've really been trying with my brush strokes to leave them and not smooth everything out like I tend to do. I noodle with things too much.
That is the thing. The only time to noodle is at the end with the top colors.
Right.
It's a waste of time to noodle before. So far, yeah, I think it's you got it going right now. I can see the eyes and the nose where they are.
Yeah.
And the horns are going to go in and stuff. Let me know if you need any help on it, color wise and stuff. Let me know.
Okay.
All right.
Will do. Thanks.
Okay. Good job. You know, you guys expect a lot for an hour. I think you guys an hour and a half of painting. You guys, and because it's a 2.5 hour class, we about an hour of it is just talking about it and mixing colors, and then the rest is you know, drawing and putting the paint in. So you guys get a lot done. That's been pretty amazing. So let's see who's iPhone 4 and who is where's Mike? I got Mike's camera, but I don't have
Yeah.
Mike's.
I got it. I'm a little behind, but I got it. You see it?
I see red, Mike. I see your thumb.
Try again. I don't know.
There we go. There we go. All right. Let's a little closer if you could, but that'd be great. All right. Yes. Good job on the colors. The colors are working out. I see, getting them underneath like that. You might even go a little bit darker at the bottom of the sheep and working it up, and then before you get, you're getting close to putting in your final strokes and stuff. I think you probably could go. I would probably try to get it a little bit darker first again, unless you probably put some on strokes in there, haven't you?
I put a few in. What I did is just I'm trying to get the shape of that face, and then I just kind of scrape the body and.
Okay, that's what I did. Okay.
I'll go back over it.
Okay, all right.
I think darker before the final round.
Yeah, I would say I'd try to get it in there. It'd be a nice mix in there. Try to go back to the home values and trying to get those in underneath the grasses and stuff. I think with a nice bristle brush, you probably can shove that stuff in there pretty easily. And, and then come on back over the top one more time. It would just save you some time, and I think it would look right.
You're saying
the face is coming along.
Grass.
Well,
hold on. Yeah, you said dark in the grass or dark in the animal?
Oh, in the animal and where the grass and the animal meet.
Okay. All right.
That little spot there, so you're gonna have a little blend of both. You got grass green coming over, and some of the animal behind, just a little bit more. I think the shade, the grass in the background are great. Good job on that. So yeah. Now the easy part is just putting in the horns right.
Yeah, I got to work on the face a little bit too.
And the face, yeah. Well, that's a tough one. If you guys need help, you can always do a digital check on it and show you, where you got to move some things, got to be moved around and stuff. If you need to do that.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll finish this up tomorrow and see how it goes. You guys finish yours, put them up on the site, and we'll give you some more critiques if you want, show them off. Otherwise, it was kind of fun doing animal. This is probably, a portrait almost. It's a little tougher than normal. Because portraits are tough because you got to make them look like something. If we do, farther away things, we'll do cows, we'll do something like that. We'll be fine. More landscapey and more, involved, I think, in the next ones we do. So, but this was our hard one, probably, I would say. And from that on, it's cake for you guys. You guys get all the easy ones you can paint. Just what you want to hear. Now we've been pushing pretty good so far, so I'm pretty happy. So that's it. You guys, any questions? Okay. Well, I will see you guys all next week. Same bat channel here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah, sure.
You asked about coming home.
Yeah,
I
what
got on
happened?
that, I got on that train. It was supposed to be a 3.5 hour trip,
Uh-oh.
6 hours.
You did not have fun there. Did you miss your flight?
No, my flight was in the real early in the morning, so I was okay on that. But I did
6
have a delay and stuff. But I tell you, then I got home, Jim. My husband didn't let me know he had a wreck on his bike. He broke his arm. He had stitches. He had a boot on his foot, and his leg was all bruised up. And he passed out, and they were afraid he was having a heart attack, so they threw him in the hospital. And he was in the hospital all night, and he told everybody not to tell me. 'cause
What a sweet man. He
My
didn't want to
God.
wreck your trip.
I tell you, ouch. That's
Poor
tough.
guy.
That is tough, Shar. I don't know.
You all
So
right?
we've had,
Yeah, his arm's still healing, but other than that, he's doing okay.
Jeez.
do the guys have to go on strike? Is that what happened again?
No, actually there was a fire along the railroad track, and the fire marshal stopped the train and made us sit until they got the fire put out.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. I tell you, you had the trip from hell.
I
Getting
tell
there.
you, it was something else. Did you
You
guys
were-
have any issues coming home?
Not really. We were pretty easy. We went to Germany and then flew over.
Yeah.
We did pretty well. I guess we had the easiest trip. I think Lisa got bogged down and
Yeah, we didn't. We got bogged down all over the place, in Boston especially.
Oh, yeah.
But it was fine. We're once you reach the USA, you're like, okay, it's good.
yeah, they let me in. I couldn't believe they let me back.
Exactly.
So
Oh, well, I got to Chicago, and like half an hour before my flight left in Chicago, they changed gates. So I had to rush to the other side. I get over there. Of course, then it's late. And so I texted my husband and I said, the plane is late taking off. He goes, "Of course it is." I
He's
don't
right.
think any of it went right.
were you getting a flight from Chicago to
Yeah, yeah, I flew.
Indianapolis?
Yeah. So I mean, it didn't bother me because I thought my husband could always drive up, or I could always just rent a car.
Little did you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was something else. But I didn't know what it was. They made an announcement on the plane, and I just saw everybody shake their head, and just sit there, and I thought, well, if they're not getting upset, I'm not going to get upset.
I think everybody just goes, it's a mess right now. I think all the airlines are a mess right now. The controllers are still out and stuff.
Yeah, it was something else, but
I think it's a surprise now if you're on time. You can almost count on being late.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I got lucky getting into Florence that one day. I mean, that
Yeah.
was, yeah. If I hadn't gotten into Florence, I'm not sure when I would have gotten there. So that worked out well. But
you had to stand the whole way though. No, you had to stand for an hour with your bag.
well, I think we ought to try Venice.
Oh,
Venice.
yeah. Venice would be fun, wouldn't it?
That'd be
Have
good.
have you scheduled anything for next year?
Nothing but the France stuff got scheduled. She has me down for 2 weeks next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she wants me to stay for 2 weeks. But they're going to be hot. They're going to be in July, June,
Yeah.
July. It's going to be hot.
Thinking
But I'll just drink more wine again, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, it was hot, but it wasn't
Yeah.
where you couldn't stand it. Yeah.
It was nice to have air when we got back into the rooms.
Yeah. But I think the worst day was the day we went to Luca because it was so humid. But you know, we were walking around and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, I think that was the day I was the hottest, but it wasn't too bad. So
Yeah, you were in the shade a lot, so
yeah,
so
yeah,
anyway, it was fun. It was
yeah,
a good time. It was
yeah.
fun.
It was, yeah, yeah. It
So,
was fun.
and it was good to see everybody, meet some new people, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got a ride on that scooter too, right? We got pictures.
yeah,
You got on right off the bat.
yeah. I
You were
love
the first.
scooters.
You were the first one. Yes.
Yeah, when we were there before, we rented scooters and drove them ourselves.
Oh,
Yeah, and ran over in another area of Tuscany, but that was a
yeah.
little nerve-wracking because of the buses. Oh my gosh. Those big buses would pull up next to you and they'd be like a foot away from you, and you're like, ah.
Give me a break. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, they did a good job too.
Yeah, they did. It was a good job. I mean, everything was taken care of. We didn't, you know,
Yeah.
didn't sit too much. We got a lot done. You guys got a lot of painting done. I was happy
Yeah, we
about
did.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did some good work.
Thanks. Yeah,
Really
it
nice
was fun.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a friend that still wants me to give him that one picture, so I don't know what I'll do.
Give it up.
I'll probably give it to him.
Yeah. Make them pay for it.
Well, then I just have to go back and paint some more.
Right. That's the deal, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I better let you get to bed, but I just
right.
want to get a kick out of the fact that my husband crashed his bike.
That poor guy. Tom, thanks for
Yeah, that was awesome that he didn't tell you.
Oh yeah, he made sure everybody said no, don't tell her, don't let her know.
That was
that
really
is
sweet.
awful nice.
That was
is
really sweet.
Yeah,
Must be a good guy.
Oh, he's a pretty good guy.
Good
So-
to hear.
Well, say hi to Becky.
All right, I will. All right,
Okay.
guys.
Take care.
Good night.
Later. Night.
Night.